Welcome everybody, and we are on the Knowledge Base 2014 K-Lab Learn and Innovate, and I open up the chat window, and I will share my screen so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, you see my screen when I talk. You can see where I am. So we are in the screen Who is Here, November 2014, and I see Pascal there, I see Doug, I see Julian, myself. Can you put your bubbles with your names in that screen? If you can connect to Web Idea Pro.
Yeah, I don't have that open, Joel, on my screen.
Joel, if you could also send an invite to Don, I think he's looking for us.
Is looking for us. Okay, I will send again.
I think
because
he's probably in the other hangout.
Okay. Hello.
I don't have his email address, or I would.
Okay, I'm going to send an invitation again. Okay, invitation sent. So again, we are in the Knowledge Base 2014 K-Lab Learn and Innovate, and we are in the whiteboard Who is Here, November 2014. Can you see the screen, my screen, where we are?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So we are writing our names in bubbles in on the screen. Who is here, November 2014. So how to do that? You select the toolbar, you select idea, you click on the whiteboard and you write your name. You look for a type, you put agent, and then you click OK.
Dan is calling me Joel. It's not. I don't understand why. Is disconnect. I think
Mine, Pascal, mine went blank too. I ended up closing and reopening. I'm not sure why, but mine blanked out for a minute too.
Yeah, I hope he receive. Okay, I see that some people are there, Michael, and people that I cannot.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so again, we are on the Knowledge Base 2014 K-Lab Learn and Innovate, and we are inside the whiteboard Who is Here, November 2014, and the chat window is open, so you can say hello and we can share what some meta communication here in the chat. Okay. So we'll start now the presentation. So I will invite Doug to introduce yourself. Doug, can you introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Doug Breitbart. I'm based in greater New York metro area, and I'm a student and investigator in collective endeavors, group endeavors, much like this. And I'm also an attorney by training, and a corporate consultant.
Thank you very much, Doug. I will invite Julian from Richmond. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi everybody. I'm Julian Urstaci, and I'm working in software industry, specialized in IT infrastructure. I'm now going through an MBA. I'm with the tail end of it, and actually I got to know Joel because I invited him to participate to a survey about what's the impact of the impact created by participation, autonomous participation against towards automation on innovation and management in corporations and organizations. So I'm here to see if it's the first session I'm participating to, and see what this is about.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Julian. So, Doug has already introduced yourself, and I will invite Joachim. You pronounce that Joachim or Joachim?
You know, I have so many different versions of that name. Anything works. Don't worry.
Okay,
So,
can you introduce yourself?
My name is Joachim Stroh. I am a change agent. Let me give you a little bit of background. I worked in HR consulting for many, many years in a field called knowledge management. Did all the good things from traditional knowledge management that you know about and love so much. You know, building repositories, document content management systems, taxonomies, you know, processes around that, you name it. Later shifted my interest towards more people-centric systems and social collaboration platforms, and have co-founded an organization called Change Agents Worldwide, together with Susan Skrupski. She founded, you know, similar communities in the past when the term Enterprise 2.0 was very popular. So I'm at, you know, Change Agent. I mentioned we're trying to help organizations to change the way they work, right? See if there are better ways to work, see if they can use new social technologies to connect with each other and share their knowledge, but much more on a personal, on a people side of things, and rather than the sharing that happened in the past in KM 1.0 environments. Also a member of the John Kelton community, the conversation community. We're experimenting with something called knowledge expeditions there, where you send groups of people into the mountains and engage them and help them to understand what they're working towards and getting to sort of higher plateaus of understanding. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell here.
Thank you very much. You're very, very welcome to this community. And let's continue the introductions. Pascal Bernardon in France. Hello, Pascal. I invite you to introduce yourself.
I'm Pascal Bernardon. I'm helping companies to climb the tree of the social organization and to capitalize their knowledge, and participate to animate some community of practice. And I work with Joel since 2006.
Thank you very much, Pascal. I don't see other people in the whiteboard, but I see people on the Google Hangout. Who is here that I have not introduced? Mikhail, can you introduce yourself?
Michael, me?
Michael, yes.
Hi. Yes, sorry, I was having problems connecting, so I've switched to my tablet, and I'm not sure if I got what the expected briefing or what one is supposed to say about oneself. I'll sort of share that the way I've come to today's meeting was that I'm working with USAID on some innovations planning some innovations at least, and the lead there suggested that I check out this forum. One of the hats I wear is as an advisor, if you will, for innovation. A different hat that I wear is teaching leadership at a local university. And the third hat, which may or may not fit this group, but I like to throw it out because it sort of has people remember me, is that I'm a happiness activist. I work with a group called Action for Happiness that got started in the UK. I sort of got a US-based group going, and basically we're about infecting people with the adoption of happiness-producing behaviors, which for those who do org change realize that it's a much more difficult task than one might think, but a very rewarding and exciting one. And just last week, the Dalai Lama gave us the thumbs up and became a patron of the organization. So I hope I didn't I hope that's enough about me, and look forward to connecting and forming friendships and connections with everybody here in this community.
Thank you, Michael. I will suggest that you put your micro a little far away, because if not, it's the sound. Now the sound is better. You are on your tablet, excellent. So we can see you.
Yes,
and
I am now.
Use your computer to connect to WebIdea Pro, and so as I'm sharing the screen, you will see. But if you want to be an active participant, it's better if you connect with your computer. Okay, thank you very much. I will ask Matrida to introduce yourself. Can you hear me, Matrida? Hello? Hello, Matrida? Can you talk to us? Maybe not. So, Arthur, welcome. Can you introduce yourself? We cannot hear you.
Your microphone doesn't work.
No, the microphone, it doesn't work, Arthur. Maybe you disconnect your microphone. Can you connect your microphone? Please check that. Okay. You have to check your connection for the microphone, Arthur. Doug, can you send Arthur a message that he's have to adjust his microphone? Please. Okay, now I think, no? Matrida, are you there? Hello, Matrida, can you introduce yourself? No, no, Matrida. Okay. So let's continue working together, and at some moment Arthur will be able to connect, and so let's go to our second space, what we call collaborative shared space, and we open up, and then we are with our screen completely white. So we can see the screen completely white. We are in collaboration, share space, whiteboard. So as usual, we'll start with our innovation. We'll close our eyes and we put our attention to our breathing, and we do that for 3 times. So breathe in, breathe out, and we do that in silence. Excellent. And for now, we are going to work for 5 minutes in silence. We are going to share in the screen our thoughts and our bubbles, and we are going to do the co-construction and the gardening of our ideas about what is learning for us and what is innovation for us today. So we can start at the same time. You use a place and let's go. Okay, so we are going to make a round table about what we are doing to stimulate our creativity. So at this time, I invite you to explain or talk aloud about the bubbles you have been working on and gardening. So I open up the round table. Who wants to talk now? Maybe Doug, can you start?
Sure. Well, first it was interesting on the interface. I ended up sort of in the bottom half of the page, so I was blank. I closed out, reopened, found the rest of the map where everybody else was spatially, and then found the original work I thought was lost. So my doings are bottom right, and the things required for learning. What are the ingredients to make soup? I've been spending a lot of time and thinking a lot about what goes into that happening, what enables and generates pull for learning to happen, and a lot of the things that have surfaced as recurring themes in my journeys have to do with the experiential frame of reference of the learner within the learning context. So that's what that sort of clustering is about. And on a individual basis, in trust, to be able to make mistakes, ask astute questions, inquire, engage is critical. And access from a connection to others and connection to a larger learning universe is equally important in the scheme of open source education and availability of the resources from which to learn and to synthesize. So that's me.
Excellent, thank you. And I think what you mentioned here, trust, is very important. Trust, I see, one of the most fundamental thing we have to co-construct. Everybody is participating in this construction of the trust and the safety, and that's, to me, is required for the learning. Absolutely, I agree. Excellent, thank you, Doug. Anyone else wants to share?
Yeah, I can jump in here, Joe.
Okay.
And yeah, I can see this is Doug's work down here, so organized and well structured, immediately recognizable, right? Versus mine are all over the place. Let me show you some of mine. I don't know if I wiggle them, maybe you can see them, right? One of them is this putting ideas into context. That to me is very important for learning to set in.
Can you move your a little bit your bubbles to see where you are?
I'm in the top half now, in the center.
Okay.
Yeah, if you sort of select the hand and move it around, then it provides a homing.
Yes. Putting signal. Idea into context.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah. I see it. Yeah.
Probably some delay here before we see it in the Google Hangout. So putting ideas into context is a critical piece for me. You need context to understand, to learn what is going on. You can't put just the static knowledge out there, right? I mean, that's something we've done in the past, where you put these isolated things into these containers, lock them up and hide them away, and they never surface again. They have to be, sort of put into context, so you can actually reuse the knowledge or apply the knowledge, the insights that you gained at that time in a different context. So very important piece here, and I can see someone linked to the meaning here too. That's very good. So the context fosters really the meaning, and it's what we're doing here. You know, if you look at this board, a lot of objects here, and we're talking about it, so we provide more context, right? If you just were to look at these items here, it's probably difficult to understand what is going on, except ducks, you know, that's always self-explanatory. Okay, let me take a look at another one. Over here, do you see there's connecting people and putting knowledge to use? That to me is almost a circle. I've used this in the previous consulting company a lot. Before you can do anything with the knowledge, you really have to connect them. You have to connect people, and by connecting means that doesn't mean just putting a profile up in some large people repository. It means that people reach out and connect to people with like-minded ideas and thoughts, and establish that connection. There's a flow between the two nodes in the network, and once that happens, once you have that connection, then you can start putting the knowledge from these two nodes into use, and share it wider, across the network, or get your ideas spread across the network. That's a critical piece to me. So one element of learning is really this connecting people and then putting the knowledge to use. And I mentioned also down here, you see underneath that value thingy is this statement here, working out loud, as sort of an instance of that. Working out loud is really a way to say, instead of me working hidden away, I can work silently, by the way. Working in silence is more productive. Someone else posted that here, which I like. Can be very productive, but that can be an instance of working out loud. So you can work away and maybe not connect to anyone, but maybe other people have access to the work you did, and they can look at it and they can provide you feedback. To me, that's one essential way, or another essential way of really learning, where not only you deliver the final outcome here, you lock yourself up in a room and then you come back when you have something you think is presentable and ready for the world, which might have taken weeks or months before you got to that point. So instead of that traditional old style approach, why not opening it up and say, hey, I can work out loud. I can put my stuff that I have in draft, it's not final yet, out there. Other people can look at this and then criticize it, and say something about it, give me feedback before it's final. So maybe that changes my trajectory, right? And I may change the content of the piece or the project I'm working on based on that knowledge. So you have little feedback cycles, right, before you get to the end point. And when you're at the end point, that could mean that you're in a much better position, as opposed to you working yourself and not connecting, not taking in the feedback, and then ending up at a point where it may be wrong, it may be the wrong outcome and not the intention you had initially, and it doesn't have the impact that you were looking for. So that's an important piece to me to say, working out loud is a great way, to foster a learning process, to foster a better way of reaching out to others, and learning yourself, and have others look at the way how you work too. I sometimes open up in our community a Google document, and it's empty. It's like what we're doing here, and I put things out there, and other people can see how I develop a chart, a graph, or a table, and they can give me feedback while I'm doing that. To do that, you have to be also open to criticism, right? It's a different way of working. You can't expect that nobody says anything. I mean, that wouldn't be useful if nobody would take action on what you do. But if you're open to that and encourage people, to say really, hey, I'm putting this out there. I want to hear your opinion right now. If you want to say something, positive, negative, let me hear it. It helps me. It probably helps you to do that. And that's kind of the way behind this working out loud and how it fits into this discussion on learning. Alrighty.
Excellent. And it's as you can see, we are doing circles. Some work in silence, and then some work talking and sharing and connecting and stimulating from the ideas from each other and discussing. We can disagree, it's okay, why not? So thank you very much. Anyone else want to share thoughts, comments, ideas? Some people are arriving, some people are there in silence, so you are very welcome to chat or to do whatever you want. So Pascal, you want to share some ideas about your bubbles or comment about what have been said?
Yes, of course. I saw all the bubbles on the whiteboard, and I have some comments. I have written some comments and some idea to connect with other idea of other people, and it's a nice process. For myself, I agree with Joachim. He said the context is very important, and in the context there is more element to put in place. You have to put trust, transparency, and to share common language, to share common interest, to get into the same project, and to share knowledge. In my experience, the most important is that the community, that the project team understand that when they share something, they are going to win together, because each of one are going to earn some more money, to win, to get more time, to be at home, to get more time to do the task for the project, and to improve his skill, and to become better at the end of the project. And it's not only the way I agree with to put some documents and some in a repository or on other social platform. We need to discuss together. We need to change together to understand what the meaning of the other, what the point of view of the others, and innovation will be great when each people put it in the center of the room his idea and exchange with others. That we do today on this whiteboard, and that we always do at each Knowledge Cafe, and it's okay for me.
Thank you very much, Pascal. I will invite Arthur. Maybe your capacity of talking is alive. No, not yet. We cannot hear you. Sorry about that. Loic, hello. How are you?
Yes, fine. Sorry, I am late. I just arrived, and I don't follow the conversation.
Okay.
I just hear Pascal, and for a moment I prefer to be in silence. Just I am looking the graph, the map, and I try to follow the different ID and the context.
Okay. So when it's time, you will. And Julian, you want to add some comments or?
Sure. I see that some comments were made not only necessarily knowledge or innovation, but about the gain everybody can have by sharing. And actually, that's part of my MBA dissertation research. How can I make people actually sharing? Because that's one of the big problems in corporations, right? People are accumulating knowledge, and they may just keep it in a tacit way, right? Just tribal, keep it for themselves. And I think that a strong enabler for sharing knowledge is to when you hit their self-interest. So practically, the tools at hand are simple enough that people can use them just in time when they have the idea. Otherwise, the idea is lost. Is lost for sharing. It's not lost for the person, but is lost from a sharing opportunity standpoint. So I'm thinking about the enabler of gathering and sharing. So enabler would be to actually take advantage of our own human characteristics of being self-absorbed, right? So it would be simple enough that I would actually go and write an idea for myself and actually becomes shared as well at the same time.
Okay, thank you very much. And you see, from my part, this is very important. I'm sharing in my screen who is here. So we are constructing a community. So, and the idea of this first screen is to share that we are there, to say that we are there, and to say that in what city, so we have a context maybe different, and that's important, and little by little we establish trust. And then we start to constructing something together. So is that to me very important, because we share some ideas and these become something to be press and message, and then share and distributed and organized in different forms. So I invite you for a second circle, and again we are 5 minutes of work in silence, and then we do another round table. That's okay for you? Any comment? So again, I suggest that you close your eyes and you breathe in, breathe out 3 times, and then we start working in silence.
Isto tem o microfone aonde?
Tem o microfone diretamente na webcam.
E o...
Yes, Arthur, the microphone is on. Now I can hear you.
Eu antes fazia sem som, agora viu?
Arthur, I can hear you.
Fazia sem som.
É que eu nunca ligava isto.
Se o microfone está aqui e o alto-falante também.
Arthur, I can hear you.
Sim. Faltam 11 minutos, não vai ser muito barulho.
Não é essa a questão. Não é isso. Eu agora não estou a ouvir.
Arthur, I can hear you.
Eu também não. Não estás.
Está um gajo a falar, é ele que passa a palavra a cada pessoa.
You can actually mute his microphone.
Yes, I'm,
There's a control panel button.
I'm for the control, yes. Okay, I mute.
Agora sou eu que não os estou a ouvir.
Pois, eu acho estranho. O que é que tu queres que eu faça? Vai lá aqui ao fundo para ver se eu estou sem som.
Onde é que eles estão, filho? Isso. Se me tivesse ajudado antes de despedir.
É muito interessativo, sabes?
E como é que eu posso pôr mais som, que isto está demasiado coisa?
Mais som não há. Está no máximo.
Eu não sei trabalhar com esse computador. Como é que eu faço desaparecer esta merda?
Agora não quero.
alguma forma de se aumentar o som?
Não, este é o som, não sei porque isto é o som máximo.
E se puser uma coisa destas?
Só se for ligar.
Não consigo ouvir nada.
Tem cor, vai aqui abaixo. Mas acho que eu estava no som.
Encolhe, vou aqui abaixo.
Já querias tu mandar, não já? Pois é, tu és diferente, claro. Tua página é diferente. Ok. Está bem? Pronto.
E agora como é que eu abro?
Estavas?
Não, não era este.
Vai para o outro. Para o outro. Nossa. Esse.
Não, este é antigo.
Não é nada, estão a falar.
Não percebo se isto acabou. Mas eu deixei de os ouvir.
So we're going to start again another tour de table and to work out loud. So I will invite Joachim. Are you there, Joachim? No? Arthur, do you want to participate at this time?
Yes, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Arthur, yes, I can hear you. Do you want to participate at this moment?
Yes, I would like at least to introduce myself. I've just retired as a professor at Portuguese University, where I was in charge of subjects like knowledge management and organizational learning, and developing soft skills for engineering students. And I'm beginning or coming back to because I had already previously to a consultant business, namely on information systems and the role of information technology for collaboration within companies. But this is I've not yet decided where exactly I'm going to work. And I'm in Portugal, Lisbon.
In Portugal, yeah, okay. I will make a link with Portugal.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, do you have any thoughts or comments about the work we are doing today about learning and innovation? And what is on the screen? You have seen what we are building on the screen?
Yeah, it's very difficult for me to make some comments because I could not see how this was developed. I see that it is very, very beautiful and probably interesting. But as I was trying the microphone and then changing computer, I couldn't attend the session really. So I will have to expect for another one too.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, João.
I will invite Loïc at this moment to share your thoughts.
Yes, I create three bubbles. And one bubble, I say the environment is important because I think you want to share some information to create innovation or whatever. The context of the company is very important. For example, I worked in a campus in my in the past, and when there is restructuration, I don't know if it's a good word, inside the company, the behavior of the people has changed. And the project than I do before, it was impossible to do after. And that's why I create another bubble dynamic of the company and the culture of management. And I think for me it's very important if you want to exchange information, to share knowledge, or to create a good project, to help other people to learn inside the company or to increase their knowledge.
Okay, thank you very much, Loïc. Who wants to talk now?
This is a very interesting experiment from my standpoint. Looks like we are ants going to deliver a master goal based on our best abilities and based on our affinities as well, right? Jumping from one place to another, looking for connections and the type of relations. It's very interesting how the knowledge is being gathered this way.
Yes, it's very amazing, huh? The way it works.
Yes.
And the way it develops little by little. At the beginning, we don't know what's going to happen, and little by little, a new context grow up, and we start, and that's stimulating. As a matter of fact, I share a bubble that the presence of the other is stimulating. So
practically, you are gaming. We are gaming here via the knowledge generation, gathering, practically, right? This is happening here like a collaboration game. Really, just something that's social game that exists out there. Things takes form organically.
Yes, it's very organic way of doing. I agree. I agree with you absolutely.
The SimCity of knowledge.
Yeah, the SimCity of knowledge. Well, not only that. SimCity with multiple players, because SimCity is single player kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I put a bubble. It is an organic way of doing it. Yes. More comments? Do you have? Do you want to share? Michael is returning. Michael, do you have some thoughts to share? Comments? No. Maybe not. Doug?
Yeah, what's interesting to me is that there's a meta layer to this of sort of the lenses of the participants are evident in their contributions. And so without necessarily having attribution in terms of who placed what where, there's a kind of sort of mimetic handful of ideas that reflect, each individual's conceptual centering around the topic, right? So, for Joachim, that was contextualization. For somebody else, clearly it was innovation. It's and those represent a kind of semantic filter that each one of us brings. And when you get into collaborative contexts like this, one of the more critical things to learn and to know in the forming stage is what those conceptual filters are, and how do you surface that, and then how do you maximize value from that insight in the collaboration. In other words, the collaborative output is in principle more than the sum of its parts. But the more there's consciousness and awareness of what each contributor is bringing, and what their lenses are. Not as a where the lenses are not related to or oriented around as insufficiencies, negatives, or defects, but they're actually recognized, acknowledged, and encouraged to express themselves in the synthesis, because it enriches the number of connections, it enriches the number of expressions and representations of each person's particular center of gravity in the doing of it. And by doing that, it enables other people to see hooks and connections to their own, right? So it was interesting in the second round to see a lot of the second round was cross connections. You know, it was my sort of universe of contribution. I found myself, you know, looking for cross connections to other people's centers on a conceptual basis, and having a mindfulness awareness on that level. It's sort of a meta level. You know, it's north of the actual task at hand. It's north of the question of learning. You know, it's the question of how do we do this together with full awareness? So it's interesting.
Nice comment, Doug.
Right, Bubble. I like that, Doug. How do we do with full awareness? Yes. How we can augment little by little our awareness, because at the same time, what happened is that I discover something about me working with you, and something new is grew up in me, and at the same time I discover a kind of new self, the self of the team that grew up and manifest, and doing these circles of putting bubbles, connecting. And I agree with you, in the second part I was more on the connecting and the gardening and rearranging what I see that emerge. But yes, it's discovering what help us to be more aware in the process. Yes, absolutely. Pascal, do you have some?
Yes, I agree. The second step was very interesting, because we are building together a common language. We change to understand what the meaning of the bubble of my friend on the whiteboard, and how can I connect with him to make sense, to increase the whiteboard, to increase the meaning of what we are thinking about together. And I think this tool is very interesting for that. Web Idea Pro is a very nice tool to change and to discuss about complex subject or wide subject, like what is innovation. Innovation, we can talk about innovation hours and hours, days. But and in this context, we gather some main idea with each of us, with your tacit knowledge, your experience, the way to exchange, and the way to build something together. That's a nice experience.
Thanks, Pascal. Any other comment for now? Okay, thank you very much. So it's time to go to the third whiteboard, comments, learning, and takeout. We have 5 minutes to do that. So I invite you to go to the screen, the whiteboard, comment, learning, takeout, November. So please share what are your comments, learning, and takeout here. So we have 2 minutes in silence and then 2 minutes we do a round circle. Okay, thanks. Do you want to talk aloud your comments? Doug, maybe?
Yeah, I guess my experience, there's sort of this energy flow from the first half to the second half of from I to we. That's sort of the cross-linking is actually a way of it's congealing the contributions and thoughts, but it's also represents a congealing of team as a group of contributors, and that's pretty cool.
Yes, 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 absolutely. Julian?
Yes, so, well, the main thing I'm taking out from the session is that I think a great advantage using this kind of tool when you have introvert people working in your team, um, especially because the advanced brainstorming that happens when we're using this kind of tool, it's really happening without actually having the set of eyes at the table looking at you when you come with an idea and actually maybe uh, thinking negatively about what you're just saying. So this is really nice of exposing ideas from introverted people, which sometimes is very, very deep as well.
Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Thanks. Loic?
What can I say? I was very late today, donc it's good for me. Just it's a little weird because my WebVida Pro, I have just two bubbles, and when I am looking your screen, Joel, you have five bubbles. It's bizarre.
Uh-huh.
Just I can say a lot of things. I'm sorry for that, but I think today with the exchange between us, I think was good, and I am sorry for my from du retard. And
Okay, thanks, Loic. Michael, last comments? No, Michael. Pascal, last comments?
It was a very interesting session, and I hope the next one will be better. No, it was a very nice exchange, and I'm ready for the next session.
Thank you, Pascal. And for myself, I am very stimulating about the growing of the community, the we, as Doug was mentioning. That was for me, a very good session. So thank you very much to all participants, because that's a kind of experience that we need to be together to realize that. So thank you very much, and I'm open to organize a new one soon at the beginning of next year. So because December is a holiday time, so
it's party time.
It's party time. So we'll see again on January, and okay. I'm open to include new subjects, new themes. So if you have new ideas, please write to me. So from Montreal, I'm very pleased to say you that I love this session, and I love to share this time with you. So bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. See you later.
See you.